Today we're looking at low point, so hitting the ground after the ball. So many golfers hit the ground before the golf ball, and it is really curtains. We really do not want to do that. It's really frustrating. It's a waste of a shot. So we need to get that golf club traveling downwards and getting that lowest part of the swing after where the ball is located. So yeah, I see so many golfers struggle with this. They really struggle with trying to get the golf club to meet the ground in the right place. Today we're going to use this Wedge Pro little wedge. It's made out of like a foam or foam X type material. It's really useful for this kind of exercise because it will not damage your clubs in any way at all. Now, there are obviously more uses for this little bit of a training device, but I particularly like it for this. It'll also help us, what I would call, increase your wrist cock in the backswing if we use it the right way. So location-wise, I've got it probably 2 club heads behind the golf ball there. Now, if I do a downswing from there, and what I would call cast the club, I am going to hit that wedge. So what we're trying to do is feel like we encourage the swing to have that delayed hit and get that downward angle of attack. Now, the best players in the world hit 4 degrees down on the ball with a 7-iron, and their low point would be 3 to 4 inches after the ball. Now, just so you understand low point is the lowest part of the arc of the swing in relation to the ground. We're looking at that. Normally, it's in a position that would be kind of opposite our armpit like this. That's where low point would be. So we want to make sure that that's where the club feels like it bottoms out. So the club is descending, it hits the ball, almost squeezes the ball into the ground almost. The club carries on traveling downward and forward with this momentum. And then after that, then it would start to go more up. So the club head is doing that. The hands are going up through this process. So the sweet spot's going down, the club's going up. And we get this kind of inline or seeking condition around about here. That throwing action that a lot of people talk about. We do want to throw the club, but we want to do it in the right place. We want to be traveling down, presenting the sweet spot of the club, like about the 3rd groove in the club, to the middle part of the ball, downward angle, with the correct kind of loft to launch the ball in the most efficient and dynamic way. This little wedge will help. If you haven't got one of these wedges, you could use a towel on the ground. Obviously, it won't give you the angle, so from a visible point of view, it won't be as good for that. And you need to get it almost as high as the back part of this, around this location. So you can move it around or change different things to help. A pack of 3 balls you could put down on the ground, probably about here. That would certainly help too. Now, when we look at me actually attempting to set up to the golf ball with it, as I said, if I do 2 lower backswing, you'll see here I just clip that orange wedge. So if the wrist's set, and we get to the top of the backswing, and then I hold that lag angle and present that in this lower spot after the golf ball, I will not make contact with this wedge at all. And that's really what we're looking for. Making sure that we hit the big ball after the little ball. If I do that casty action, you'll see here it ends in pretty much disaster. I definitely do not want that. That would be a big fat shot and the ball will go nowhere. Let's reset that wedge in place. So again, 2 club heads behind the ball. You can change the angle of it if you want it a little bit more from the inside. If you attack it from there, I'd have it so that the ball's in line with the right-hand third of that wedge. Now let's try a ball. There you are, really straight shot. Nice little bit of turf interaction after the ball. Very penetrating shot as well. What I always feel when I use this device is that my shots never go left. If I have a tendency to flick it a little bit, the ball will go kind of higher and more left. When I use these devices, it's definitely much more of that kind of squeezed impact, and the ball flies much straighter. So if I'm looking to really control my ball flight as a warm-up, this is a good thing, a good key for me to use personally to help me control my ball flight. So if you've enjoyed that video on controlling your ball flight and getting that low point in the right spot, please hit like and share the video. Also, please post comments, questions down below, requests. Really appreciate them. They really help me take the channel in the direction that's going to help your golf more. And it's really about that. It's really about me trying to help your golf. And then obviously you'll watch more videos and it makes my channel more successful. So if you haven't already followed, subscribe, please hit my logo down below and join me on my journey, and make sure you hit the bell notifications button also. You will then get told every time I release a video, and it's obviously all for free, there's no costs involved, and I'm really here just to help your golf. So lastly, thank you for joining me here at the Forest of Arden. Hope to see you back here real soon.